Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Warped, a completely unnecessary Star Trek podcast, where we do unasked-for audio commentary of Star Trek episodes. Here are your hosts, Sean.
Get me to my regular doctor. They're familiar with my weird, things.
Matt.
It's completely bonkers, and I didn't understand what was happening like 80% of the time, but I loved it.
Jake.
His abs unfurled.
Philippe.
I don't have honor! What's the point? I want to live and sing and dance.
Erin.
This show is so good, we're just like watching it.
Min Win.
Would you fuck, marry, or kill me?
All of
I
that.
would do all three. All three in that order.
And May.
Dear Diary, I kissed an android today, and he told me he felt nothing.
Make it so.
I kind of feel like one fan is the exact right number of fans to have.
Correct.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like a crazy psycho fan, but you know what I mean? Just like one normal fan is kind of perfect. Because then you don't have to worry about, do I have millions of... And he's like, no, I've got one.
I have a fan,
Certainly
but I have a
adorable.
fan. There's somebody out there that likes what I do.
It's sweet. This episode, as opposed to last week's, is an unintentional comedy.
Unintentional.
Yeah, this episode is very funny, but not in the ways they wanted.
So
or
this
intended.
episode, you're meant to take an earnest at face value.
Well, I mean, we'll get into it when we get into the plot, but I think that it's just there's a campiness to this
Yeah.
entire episode from the faces that people make. There are lots of extreme close-ups of people's faces in this episode. Ashley Judd is in this episode, which is also slightly camp somehow.
Very interesting.
Wesley's back.
Wesley returns for the second or third to last time, I think.
Let's kick this puppy.
And we're going to talk. We'll talk when we get to the end, but let's not forget, is this a Wesley saves the episode?
It is.
Saves the
Absolutely,
ship episode?
it
He
is.
does.
It absolutely is. We're going to add that.
No gray area.
There hasn't been one in such a long time because Wes hasn't been on the
Yeah.
show.
When he does come back, he's going to come
He
back
has
and
to save the
ship.
ship.
Just adding to Philippe's record.
Wes is a badass in this one. He
Yeah.
gets the girl. He saves the ship.
Yep.
Finally.
Sean,
Let's do it.
we didn't say what it is. It's season 5, episode 6.
Correct.
It's called The Game.
The game.
We have 45 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock.
And I'm punching the triangle in 3, 2, 1, punch.
So this episode starts with Riker playing like sex games. Like this is Riker's
Riker's
little...
on Risa, baby.
Riker's on Risa, Jean-Luc's favorite planet. It looks like a resort in Miami. It looks like the set of the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
It's giving me Golden Girls.
Right.
This is Riker's like little sex game. He's like, I'm gonna get you, and she's like, no, you're not. I'm gonna get you. Oh no, you're not. This is all a prelude to them fucking.
Yeah.
This is Riker's foreplay.
Yeah.
Is what this is.
It's a
And what she's holding is his fucking communicator. It's like if she had your cell phone.
Mm-hmm. She's going to text your wife. That kind of game.
She throws it out the window. Imagine if some bitch you met on Risa threw your cell phone out the window. You'd be upset. Riker is understandably upset at what's about to happen.
Damn it. Those things cost me money.
But when Riker gets upset, it just turns him on even more.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
baby.
look, let's go snuggle on the bed.
He's the letter pagan.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the position they've chosen
Yeah.
for this conversation that they're having.
She's got a butt on her forehead.
She might have a penis. We don't know.
It's true.
I have some information about penises to share with you guys in this episode.
She's
A
got
lot.
She
I mean, a
definitely
lot.
has a-
all right.
Wait till you hear all the penis news I have for you.
Did you write the jingle?
I'm literally
Jake?
just talking to Aaron right now.
What is going
Let's workshop it. Let's workshop it.
Oh yeah, this thing.
So this is
The game.
Yeah,
The
this is the
game.
game.
The holy
who
game.
watched it?
I watched it.
I've seen it
I
before.
watched it
I mean,
yesterday.
It just came back to me when I saw the
Well,
graphics.
Did you guys watch it again?
Yes,
Jake?
yes. We saw it again.
Okay,
I
I
mean,
watched it last night.
I'll say it. This, just like the last episode, this episode is memorable
It's incredibly memorable
Yeah.
for
Not
very different reasons.
for so many different reasons.
So yes.
So in 1991, there's his O face. We will see in extreme close up every major character on this show give us their O face before this is over. And some of them will surprise you.
That's a clickbait thing.
Cut the commercial.
Yeah. You're like, find out which of these celebrities has
Click
the,
here to see more.
has the most intense O-face. The answer will surprise you.
And you will not believe what happens next.
Yeah.
Will not
On
believe
Warped.
what happens next.
After-
On Warped. And that leads us right into the
All right,
opening
let's do
credits.
it. Season 5, Episode 6, The Game. Not the Michael Douglas movie.
It's terrific.
That's a
as
great
well.
movie.
October 26th.
I knew you would love that movie.
I love that
That is a
movie.
very puzzly.
Well, of course. This guy loves
movie.
Fincher.
Yeah.
1991. Wesley Crusher. Well, I'm not going to give it away because it spoils
You and I
it.
have that in common, that love of those kinds of puzzle boxy
Yeah.
kind of
Aaron, what do you think the IMDb rating of this episode is?
Oh, boy.
7.1.
May.
I liked it. I'm gonna go 7.7.
All right. Anybody else?
6.8.
7 point. Well, that is 7.0.
I'm going to say, I was going to go lower than Jake. Jake said 68. But I think just for, the love of the game, I'm going to say 69.
7.4.
Nice.
Aaron.
Oh, because I went over?
Yeah.
That does see that feels right, but a 7.4 to them is like they also give 7.4s to A+ episodes. Like a 7.4
Right.
is just
Yeah.
the default score that these episodes get. We talked on one of our earlier episodes this season that we talked about how every episode in season 5 is a banger.
Really good, yeah.
And then I was like, oh, wait, we have to watch the game. This is the one that is not so much a
See,
banger.
you
Although
say
it
that.
is.
Though they
although
be
it-
banging.
I'll be fair. To be fair, I do actually think this episode is really entertaining.
It's fun to
I just
watch.
don't think it's any good.
Those are different things.
Yeah.
Entertaining and good are different.
Sure.
Oh, he doesn't have his gray
No, he's
shirt.
back in
Nope.
the regular
Don't-
outfit this
Don't
week.
like it? Get the coat back on, Jean-Luc.
Yeah, he will. He will.
Everybody needs to wear a coat. The whole crew. Kids, the androids,
piping on your
Dolphins.
shirt.
dolphins.
You know they supposedly have a hydroponics bay that has dolphins in it on this show. That joke on Lower Decks where they have that
The cetaceous.
the cetacean department or whatever. That goes all the way back to the very first season
Oh, there she is.
of Next Generation.
Nice.
Where that was supposedly a thing that they had on the ship.
Astro
They just could
navigation.
never afford to show it.
I think it's always funny though. They're always so mad at Boimler when he jumps in.
Yeah,
"At
they're
least
like,
off
take your shoes off. This season of Lower Decks has been really, really fun.
I was watching it
Yeah.
earlier today. The first couple of episodes, fucking brilliant.
It's so good.
So fun. There's
They're
a
Star Trek
playing that
TV Star
Dungeons
Trek
and
is kinda
Dragons
crushing it.
game that
yeah.
that Martok did
That
all
Martok
the voice
does the
for. It's like
voices.
fucking
Yeah.
pulling Martok references. It's fucking great.
It makes me want to watch DS9 now.
Uh,
Go to DS9.
well, stick
We're
around
getting
long enough.
there soon, baby.
Yeah.
Very, very soon. I can't wait. It's the whole reason I did this fucking show, just so I could watch
if
Deep
don't get
Space
to
Nine.
Deep Space
We're
Nine,
not that far away
We're
now.
not. We're not far.
So I also downloaded an app on my iPad that's like a Lower Decks game, and it keeps crashing though. And I was trying, I keep wanting to play it, but it keeps crashing on my iPad. So
that feels like something they did on purpose. Yeah, that's what happened on Lower Decks. It's like we can't get this game to run. So should we talk about Ashley Judd real quick? This is her second appearance, right?
She kills it in this.
Oh my god,
she kills it.
Her second appearance is Ensign Leffler. I think her last one, right? It's just these two.
It's just she doesn't even really talk in the first one. She's just in it.
Yeah.
This one, she's the co-lead.
Yeah.
Of the episode.
Look at how much Deanna loves chocolate.
Oh, she is.
Is this the first time we've ever? No, because Q asked for chocolate.
Yeah.
When Data told him that's what Deanna eats. So this is Deanna describing to Riker how to perform oral sex. Because what she says to him is, you have to swirl it around for a while on the outside. She's describing to him eating chocolate, but what she's really talking about is cunnilingus, I'm convinced. Thoughts?
Good for her.
Don't you think that's right, though?
I think
this is so obviously a metaphor for sex. I'm not joking.
No.
I really think that is what this is.
I think
about.
I think they were channeling something when they were writing this episode.
Well, it's like Deanna's horny for chocolate, right? Like they've established that.
Did you get how that gigantic vessel holding the ice cream is a metaphor for sex as well?
Sure.
I didn't.
You have a gigantic vessel.
I'm pretty sure it's there, but.
All right, so I was the only one who thought that.
I think
fine.
I watched this episode like a month ago, so I don't really
look at her.
Yeah,
she's having an orgasm.
Oh, there you go.
And also, but yeah, eating chocolate is like that. I'm just gonna say, eating chocolate.
Yeah, but it's a metaphor. Star Trek's a metaphor.
He's getting
all right.
So he's like, wait till I show you this video game I brought back from Risa.
Yeah.
It's better than chocolate. And she's like, no.
Usually when Riker brings something back from Risa, it's not a game.
Right.
Yeah.
He has to go see Dr. Crusher.
Yeah.
And get a shot.
That's right.
You brought something back from Risa.
All right. I'll tell Beverly.
Yeah.
No, not the usual
Crabs?
thing.
No.
I already took care of that. There he is.
I actually think Will Wheaton looks really
he looks
adorable
snazzy in the uniform.
Yeah. He's in the fun cadet outfit.
He's got that nice front part.
Yeah.
Looking good, Will.
Yeah. He grew up and was out of his
Will
awkward
Wheaton.
phase.
Welcome back to the Enterprise, Wesley. The transporter readout tells me that you're still a virgin.
I don't think he is.
Sorry to hear
because
about that.
This episode kind of implies that Wesley is
a bit of
player.
a player, yeah.
The important thing there was just how much information the transporter gives you.
Yeah,
to run
yeah.
through. It's like you should.
Your bladder is 32% full. Do you
Yeah.
want me to take care of that for you?
Yeah.
We can just take care of that.
I can just do that now and
While you're here.
save you a return trip.
Sure.
There's no extra charge.
No.
No, it's included. It's all in.
Yeah, surprise.
Oh, it's a surprise party.
Hey,
Wesley thought
Mom.
nobody remembered.
Yeah.
But they did.
Oh, Jean-Luc, you would not be this nice to Wesley.
Jean-Luc is actually not that nice to Wesley in this episode. He's happy right now because he knows this is almost over. But later on, Wesley actually tries to have a conversation with him.
Jordy, don't talk about women, bro. You know that's not going to go well for you. It's just going to get creepy.
How you doing in the lady front, pal?
How's it going?
No, your advice does
Get your
not
dick
work,
wet yet?
Jordy.
What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually going real bad, George. George is like, yeah, here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
There's been some court cases.
Same.
Space court.
There was this one time I was trapped in a thing with your mom. And, you know what?
I thought maybe when the oxygen was sucked out of our lungs,
Yeah.
she would love me.
I think she was really into. I think she's really into me.
But I wasn't able to get to the
But
button.
she had to push
She had
the
to
button.
push the button. It just didn't work out.
I couldn't even get to the button. She had to do
I
it.
couldn't even look in their eyes after that.
I haven't spoken to her since.
Data.
Data's giving him women advice.
No, they're talking about how to fit in at the academy. Because Data's like, I had trouble making friends. And Wesley's like, yeah, no shit. We know. So we're getting a lot of sort of just like Wesley's hijinks at the academy, where people are pranking each other, and it's all in good fun.
You know, Data can talk about is how nobody would be his best friend.
Nobody invited Data to the Sadie Hawkins dance. I mean, they literally just referenced the Sadie Hawkins dance. That wasn't me comparing something.
No.
That was what he said.
Yeah. They keep this 500-year-old comparisons are really.
There's apparently we're still gender binary enough that we're doing a flip flop dance once a year.
Not so woke, are we, Star Trek?
Not so woke, always Star Trek. Do better, Star Trek. Do better, 30-year-old television program. So meanwhile, Wesley's just there for a visit. He's on like spring break. But meanwhile, they've taken all of these people on. The ship is very full this week because they're doing some kind of like science scanning of some weird thing. It doesn't matter what. Because this episode is about the video game. But the thing that they're scanning, everyone wants to scan it at the same time, but they only have the one scanner. So they are trying to figure out how to get everyone able to do their various experiments that they all need to do in the brief amount of time they have there, because they've already been called away to go do something else, which is all a bunch of nonsense, because what's really going on is that Wesley is meeting Ashley Judd, and they're sort of having a meet cute.
Yeah. That was
A science meet cute.
It's a science meet cute. They scienced a problem together. That's the nerd's favorite thing to do. They scienced a problem together, and now they're in love.
Yeah.
Basically.
They're basically in love, like, from this point
Right.
on.
Yeah.
She's checking
Like, she
him
turns
out.
around and checks out his ass.
Twice.
Wow.
I mean, he's sitting in a chair. I don't know how you can really see his ass, but
That's why she had to look extra hard.
she looked extra
She
hard.
almost fell back.
Wesley's going to go get advice from Geordi again, and then things are going to go wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
None of this matters, because the only part of the story that matters is what's
Well,
going
this
on
is
in the
about the.
This is all a bunch of
actually
this
is
is all a bunch
important.
of blah blah blah.
This is part of the main part.
No, I know, but I mean the larger thing
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the exploring, the scanning the galaxy, has nothing to do with anything. Beverly has invented a pretext to bring Data down here.
Scanners be scanning.
She's like, I need you to do some scanning. And
Oh.
then she fucking shuts him off.
What? He's gonna know that. He could be lightning quick. He would break her hand.
He famously has an off switch on his back.
I know, but I just think he would
we
sense when
learned
people.
that way back in Measure of a Man in season 2. They can shut him down.
Yeah, but I feel like he's got like lightning reflexes. If he even sensed you back there, he'd be like,
His reflexes are.
they're not.
They exist at the whim of the writer, because
Yeah.
sometimes he types at like 7,000 words a minute on the console
Yeah.
or whatever,
And
and then sometimes he's not fast enough to dodge a punch. It
Yeah.
just depends.
Yeah.
So these three are up to something.
They've all used the game at this point.
Do we
Yeah.
know that? Did we see Beverly?
No.
No.
No, but Troy was like at the party, like, I have this game.
Oh,
you should
right.
come by
She's
later.
going to show you this thing. And he's like, oh, and she was like, oh, yeah, Riker already told me about it.
I love it.
So they're having a
with
very
Picard.
old-fashioned tea set, which I've never seen before or since on this show. Jean-Luc busted out the good silver to have tea with Wesley.
He just took that with him.
This
He
is
was like, I'm going to go search the stars. I'm taking my sterling silver tea set with
That's
me.
my point, though, is that he never uses it, though. He's only using it.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
It's a sign of his, like, how far he's come with Wesley. Like, he would never do this with season 1 Wesley.
Nope.
Sit around and have conversations about what it's like.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. You go away, and I like you more.
Yeah.
Plus, he had the episode where he was like with actual kids for a while, and he was just like, "Hey, now I appreciate that one kid."
Yeah, by comparison, Wesley's a dream. Those 3 science fair winners. Ay. What kind of science fair was being run?
The one kid just grew.
That one kid just
funky
grew radishes that looked weird. That's
Just-
not an experiment.
Talking my ear off about radishes, that kid.
No.
At least
He's like,
Wesley knows Latin.
This is the first time we get a reference to Boothby, the Starfleet Academy gardener, who we will see on this show, played by Sean.
I don't know.
He was the Martian on My Favorite Martian. Ray
Walston.
Ray Walston. Yep, he plays Boothby. There's an episode where they go back to the academy to see Wesley, so they're on Earth, and they have a scene with Boothby.
They run into the gardener,
and then Boothby pops up on Voyager a lot too.
I don't remember Boothby. Oh,
Booth.
So now they're lying to Geordi.
And this Picard
And
part.
Picard.
And okay.
Because they're like, we don't know what happened to him. He just fell over like an idiot. And
is that how they described it?
yeah, basically. I mean,
Can they just turn them on and off again?
nobody bothers to push the on button.
Yeah.
Well, no, but it wouldn't work because they did something.
fried
She
his
did something to
brain.
his brain. Wesley and Ashley figure it out later. She cut some wires in his brain, so pushing the on button isn't working.
Power.
That's IT tech guy's answer to everything. Push the button. Push the power on button again.
Did you try turning it off? Turning it back on again?
See, they tried that with Data and it didn't work. Hey, there's a reference to Spot, Aaron. We got a cat referenced.
Stop it.
Hey, well, have you figured out what the game is doing to these people yet? Making them sex slaves.
Yeah, that's the best color in a cult.
Sort of. You know,
doesn't tap into some pleasure centers.
Yeah, it's a dopamine like thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like having it's giving people orgasms. Like that's what it's doing. It's giving them like a huge serotonin rush. I have to think that when this episode came out, it was a metaphor for drug addiction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe video games if it was made in an era when
the 90s were pretty bad.
The early 90s.
Yeah.
I don't remember if the early 90s were particularly anti-video game. That thing kind of comes and goes in waves.
Yeah.
But at the time, I think it must have read as a drug addiction metaphor, right? Everybody who tries it gets addicted immediately.
Right.
Watching it last night, I wrote down, I think it's a metaphor for Twitter. I think it's a story, like you read it in 2022 terms, it reads like about social media.
Right.
They just become so obsessed with what they're looking at essentially their phones, right? That they can't pay attention to anything else that's going on around them. I mean, it's also mind controlling them, so the metaphor isn't perfect, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just felt like, oh, these people in 10 Forward are just like, they're all staring at their phones. It's Twitter.
I gotta say, Ashley Judd and Wesley have awesome chemistry.
I
agree.
mean,
She was like, I have these laws, so I'm kind of like nerdy and also super organized. And he's like, I'm into it, and she knows all this stuff about him, and he's like, I need to get to know you now.
There's Beverly's face.
Yep. These extreme close-ups are not doing anybody any favors.
She looks so surprised. Like, she's like, this is actually happening.
So really what it is it's a metaphor for internet porn.
Yeah, maybe.
Specifically VR porn.
But, yeah.
Sort of. I mean, we already have VR porn. It's called the holodeck.
Yeah, they do.
In divorce court, if you sleep with somebody on the holodeck, does that interfere with the...
I bet holodeck law would be a really fascinating area of the law if you were in the future.
Oh, my God.
What can and can't you do?
And are they people?
Yeah.
You know, do they have civil rights? You know, there's a lot of interesting questions around holodeck characters.
Yeah.
They did a lot of that with the Doctor on Voyager. They did a lot of
exploration.
Is he a person or not kind of episodes. The Doctor's the Data of Voyager.
Yeah. I thought that was an interesting take on it, too.
I do, too.
And then they do some kind of thing so they can take him wherever they want in the later season.
Right, because they were like, this is kind of restrictive if he can never leave the sick bay. If this actor can never physically leave the sick bay.
Yeah.
We have to figure out a way to get this guy out of this room. Beverly's just like a pusher. She's
Put
like,
the glasses on.
Put them on.
Son.
Put them on. Drink your juice, Shelby. He's like, she's really trying to get him to do it.
Well, she was like, invite your friend here.
Right. You can do it together.
Yeah.
You can. And Wesley's like, I'm not going to bring my new girlfriend to my mom's
I'm not gonna have a
apartment.
date.
The old Wesley would.
The old Wesley would have. See, I think Wesley's like...
Now look at that outfit.
There you go.
They
She's
make
wearing
a joke
some
in this
red.
episode about Wesley's like having a birthmark on his
Yeah,
body.
she asked
that,
him, what's your birthmark?
Like, I heard this rumor about you and your famous birthmark. And I'm like, I think Wesley's like running around banging at the academy.
Good.
Yeah,
Good for Wesley.
That's my point. Wesley feels like he feels like a college student in this episode as opposed to the high school kid of the earlier Wesley.
That's why Picard likes him now, because he got his rocks off.
Yeah, it's that thing about kids where you're like, you want to wait until you can actually have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
And
Picard only talks about boning with everybody.
Picard only talks about boning.
If you haven't done it, he doesn't want anything to do with you.
Nothing to say.
Boning and Shakespeare. That's what Picard likes to talk about.
He calls it the beast with two backs when he talks about it.
So there's somebody who's
somebody
just
else
like
having
on their phone.
O-face.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen this new?
Oh.
She looks so sad.
So they're basically deciding, like, hey, something is maybe up.
This
Or
is
maybe
the
not.
storyline is, if you're a real square and organized, then you'll save the day, because everybody else are a bunch of hedonistic, gotta taste everything.
I don't think that's the point.
I don't know, but they kind of look 50s in a real space 50s kind of way. Like, oh, they're doing drugs. Let's get out of here, Stacy.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, my gosh.
I do like this episode.
Yeah, me too.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's bad. But it's bad in kind of a fun, charming, watchable way.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Wesley.
Actually, Judd, it looks great.
Super cute.
So they're sciencing together, which is,
Mhm.
you know,
Science.
this is foreplay, basically.
She looks like a dental hygienist with that. Those props.
So this is a bunch of techno babble. How do you guys feel about a little thing we call corrections corner?
Do it.
Should we do that?
Do it. Do
It's
it.
like it's been so long.
What's around that?
Especially during this episode. I mean, not much is going on right now.
Should we
Somebody play the jingle.
Correction corner. Like that.
That was really good. It does not go like that.
I'm just gonna
but it
leave
was
that
really
in,
good.
though. I'm gonna make that the new jingle.
It sounded great. These are corrections for episode 127, Hearts of Glory. Season 1, the first sort of big Klingon episode where you learn about Worf's kind of backstory.
All right.
So it's a big Worf episode. Philippe tried to make a joke that Worfles have ridges.
Who is that guy?
And the correction is
There's no correction. I just thought it was so funny, and it landed with such a flop. Like when you said it, nobody laughed, and then we were like, "Did you just say Worfles have ridges?" But in listening to it again, I was like, "No, that was actually really funny." So I guess the correction is that was funny.
Yeah.
you
It didn't get the
better.
reaction it
You're
deserved.
getting the reaction you deserve now.
Oh, okay.
Worfles have ridges. There was a lot of talk about Worf's ridges. It's season 1 of Next Generation, so we're still all sort of getting used to Worf. And Worf's makeup, if you remember that first season, was a lot more kind of severe
It's definitely still evolving.
than it is now.
The hair was rough back then.
The hair was
too.
rough. And there was a lot of eye makeup, and they kind of toned him down. Anyway, we told men that we thought that those ridges developed on their heads as a form of armor. They're a warrior people. And then Min wondered, because I think Philippe had talked about Worf having ridges on his penis. Min speculated if there were any animals in the real world that attack with their penises. Because we were talking about like headbanging people.
Yeah.
And that's why you would need ridges on your like forehead. Oh, there's Jean-Luc getting sucked into the game. Oh, he's already sucked in because he lied to Wesley.
Yeah.
So Min said, are there any animals in the real world that attack with their penises? And we said we couldn't think of any, and why would there be? Because what would the evolutionary advantage of that be? So here comes the correction. And this is from a reputable organization. This is from the Smithsonian Magazine.
Okay.
SmithsonianMag.com. 9 of the weirdest penises in the animal kingdom. Some of them have 4 heads. The echidna, which kind of looks like a porcupine. Echidna.
Echidna.
Has dolphins have penises that have little baby hands on the end of them. They can grab things. Did you know that?
No.
They have a prehensile penis which can swivel, grab, grope, much like a human hand. I mean, if you can grope something with your penis, you've got a little baby hand.
That's cool.
So then I found the answer to Min's question. Do animals fight with their penises? On guard. Many animals use their penises for love, but flatworms also use theirs to fight.
Flatworms.
So
Fucking
flatworms that engage in penis fights are hermaphrodites. Which, when I first read that, I was like, that's like a Stephen Sondheim lyric. Like, he rhymed penis fights and hermaphrodites. That's insane.
No, that's great.
The man's a genius. So flatworms have both male and female genital organs, and in order to decide who fucks who, I'm paraphrasing now. This is not SmithsonianMagazine.org. They fight, and they fight with their penises like swords.
Around.
Yes, and the winner is the one who gets to like penetrate. So the answer to Min's question is yes, there is an animal that fights.
I'm so sad he wasn't here to
penis.
hear that.
Me too. Aaron then talked about how cat penises have barbs on them.
Yes.
And she said that not only is it to like keep them locked in, but it also helps the female cat to ovulate. And then she said, "You're going to have to correction corner that because I'm not sure if it's right." So at thenest.com, which seems to be a pet-related website, why is a male cat's penis barbed? One purpose on the barbs is to aid in a female's ovulation.
There you go.
Females do not ovulate before sexual intercourse. Instead, the barbs stimulate the female cat's vulva.
Wow.
Good for that cat.
Wow.
I just think the word vulva is hilarious. I can't explain it.
Oh.
You did donuts driving around that word. You just were there for a long time.
Vulva.
Yeah, it was like all of a sudden the whole cadence of your sentence.
That's the girl's name in Seinfeld, right? Her name is Mulva.
Mulva.
So anyway, Aaron was correct. The correction is that Aaron was right. The barbs stimulate ovulation.
Very good.
I like that that's a correction.
Well, she asked. She said, "You're going to have to correct this." And I said, all right, I will.
Now we did. Oh, yeah.
And now they're all doing... Oh, no, they're not.
They're doing that.
These are people doing their fake orgasm.
Yeah, they're faking their own faces.
Are they about to have a penis fight?
Yeah.
Those are barbed penises.
Mm-hmm. That episode has... You get to see from Geordie's point of view, so it's got that sort of like heat
Grit.
sensor sort of feel to it.
Okay.
Where hot parts are red. And we were talking about how it looked like Predator. It's the first time you get to see what Geordie supposedly sees. And we were talking about Predator and who came up with it first. Predator is 87. That episode of Next Generation is 88. So it's entirely possible that the next gen people were like, "Oh, we can do something like that."
Right.
And that'll be what Geordie's like
sight will be like.
Geordie sight.
Can Aaron name the actors? I'm not going to do that. That's just cruel.
Probably not.
Why human penises lost their spines? Oh, yeah. Human penises also used to be barbed, evolutionarily speaking.
Speak for yourself.
700,000 years ago, we separated from the spiny penis among us.
And the world was worse for
We
it.
cast them away.
That lady's got a butt on her forehead, too.
Aaron was horny this week. Oh, yeah. Aaron was into both Will Riker and Michael Dorn. I showed her a picture of what Michael Dorn looked like outside of the Worf makeup. And she was into it. Aaron and Philippe really were talking a lot about Plexiderm.
Oh, yeah.
I did you guys try Plexiderm? You were talking about it.
We had a hot minute of... Yeah. It's all been... We've been bathing in it, sleeping in it. We were hot for it for a minute, but then we forgot about it completely. It's a rare.
So no is the answer.
No, I'm afraid not.
We were talking about Captain Janeway, and we said, "Oh, we'll see her at some point in the future." Aaron said 2023, and this was in the height of the lockdown. So this was 2020 when we recorded this. Aaron said, "We'll see Voyager in 2023, right?" And Sean was like, "No, it'll be much later." So no, Aaron, we will not be seeing Voyager in 2020.
But you will see DS9 in 2023.
We will. That's true. Not that far away. Within, 6 months.
Yep.
Well, if there's 56 weeks in the year.
That's true.
Per men.
Let's just make it 54 and everybody wins.
Her body has been snatched by the pod people.
It's Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Jake's exactly right. Mm-hmm. She's been pod peopled. Wesley is wearing one of his classic Wesley knitted sweaters. And they're all just like, "Oh, we're going to get you." He's like, "Not if I run real fast."
It's Benny.
What's the Benny Hill music? Yeah.
Wackety, yakety sax.
Yeah, but he's smarter than them.
He's got plans.
He's
not going to physical activity his way out of this.
No.
He's got a
Imagine Wesley fighting Worf. Worf would win a fight for once.
Welcome back to the Transporter Room 3, Mr. Crusher. I see your virginity status has not changed. Stop telling me that.
Stop scanning that part.
Why do you always tell me that? I don't.
It's totally irrelevant.
It's not. It's not true. It's not even true, guys.
Even if it is true, why do you care?
It's just a health thing. I'm just telling you, you're healthy.
Do you guys want to hear some possum news?
Yes.
Always.
Here it comes.
Jake, play the jingle.
Jake, play the jingle.
Possum, 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 possum.
News.
I liked that, actually.
That was great. Done. It's done. Clip it.
Thank you to whiskeyriff.com, a country music website, for posting Dale Earnhardt Jr. discovered a possum hiding in the engine bay of one of his race cars. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is a very famous NASCAR car driver, for those of you who don't follow NASCAR. No, I actually love NASCAR. Like, I grew up watching Dale Sr. Like, I love NASCAR. It's the redneckiest thing about me. It's the Fresno-iest thing about me. That's the Fresno. So Dale Jr., who is famous in his own right, but never quite matched his father, posted a picture on Twitter of a possum. Look, there he is. Oh.
It's a good-looking possum.
It's a possum. And well, that's a picture of a cat. That's the wrong article. There's the possum.
Wow.
So possum.
Nice.
It's a possum in the
Looks
middle
like a
of
badger.
an engine block.
What became of this possum, I think, is the last.
He was alive and well, and they got him out.
Now, what was the name of this website?
WhiskeyRiff.com.
Do you think Whiskey Rift manufactured this story?
No, because he actually tweeted it. Like Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Okay.
tweeted the picture.
Yeah, okay.
That's what they're just retweeting this article. So anyway, they found a possum in a car and they got him out.
That's good.
From northernstar.info, Northern Illinois University's student news organization since 1899. This is the Daily Bruin of Northern Illinois University. Meet NIU's peculiar possum, Pajamas. There he is. There's Pajamas.
He's good looking.
Cute possum.
The gentle possum, Pajamas, is taking NIU by storm and is a faithful companion to Sarah Plateau, a senior nursing major at NIU. Pajamas was adopted from a farm in Tennessee called Fraser Farms, which sells exotic animals. Pajamas was gifted to Plateau on Christmas by her partner, Leah Zielinski, an NIU graduate. This is an article about lesbians, yeah. They have a pet possum in their house.
Nice.
I thought, I want one. They're so cute. And then my girlfriend was looking into getting one. So this is an article about a possum that lives essentially on the campus of Northern Illinois University. They take it for walks. People pet it. It's a lovely thing.
People are creepy.
Campus meet and greets. It goes on.
Mm-hmm. Bring your possum.
Dateline, Delaware, CapeGazette.com. Possum Point Players' 50th anniversary kicks off with October 8th gala. It's not actually about possums, but it's about a theater company called the Possum Point Players.
Still effects on
Data's
screen.
solution is to shine a flashlight at them.
Let me blind you all.
It's like they really keep going and doing this thing, and it's actually giving me...
From Harlan, Kentucky, which I think is where Justified was set, harlanenterprise.net. Picking at the Possum, set for Friday. Live music is coming to the streets of downtown Harlan with the second installment of Pickin' at the Possum, set for October 7th.
Nice.
So if you find yourself in Harlan, Kentucky 3 weeks ago,
yeah, and it's with the time
you could go to Pickin' at the Possum. It's set up in front of the Possum mural on Main Street.
I want to get everybody's reaction, how it went.
And finally, remember when I told you should name that new cat of yours Possum? Yeah. And you didn't listen to me? Alexandria Living Magazine.com, Dateline, Alexandria, Virginia. Possum the cat. Toys, treats, and snuggles. This cat is not at all scary and could be your new bestie. It's one of those promotions for the Adopt a Cat, program where they're like, you might like this cat. There's Possum the cat, you guys.
Wow.
He's a little bit possumy.
So I think you should have named that cat Possum. But Possum the cat was available for adoption as of September 23rd. So if you're living in the Alexandria, Virginia area, you can go to adopt at alexandriaanimals.org. I hope Possum found a home. They should post updates on this, like on Unsolved Mysteries, where they would be like, update.
I don't know. We were watching the new one. Have you guys watched the new one?
No.
The only reason we were watching is we were hoping there'd be updates from the last one.
From the 80s?
Well, no.
They're all dead now. They were 70 years old at the time.
At the time, things were, yeah. That's always my second thought when we're watching the old one.
All right,
Wesley.
You copping a feel.
Take that, transporter.
Yeah.
Let me transport my semen into your womb.
Wow.
Into your women.
You had to take it just one
that's,
step too.
That's it. Good night, everybody. Warp
It's
is
just
over.
cleaner that way.
Uh-huh.
No one has to get dirty.
I mean, you could just...
No one has to touch each other.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in fucking Everything I Wanted to Know About Sex. Where they have the sex in the giant body condoms. There has to be no touching, right? Is what you're asking for. So
Right, exactly.
You're asking for Michael Bluth in the prison where they're like, no touching.
So have they met up since in more recent times, like Ashley Judd and Will Wheaton?
Even in real life?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or on an interview show or whatever, reunion, something,
No.
talk thing?
Not that I know of, but they should.
Yeah. I feel like that, Will Wheaton does all the talks and after show
Right.
things
He's
and
all over the place.
So Ashley Judd could be a special episode of that stuff.
Yeah. He does all those after shows or whatever. He should have her on.
I wonder if there's just
He weirdly calls her a good friend. You were just making out with her 30 seconds
Did
ago.
he just friend zone himself?
And then as he's leaving, he's like, just because I'm going away doesn't mean we can't be good friends.
He's basically saying, I'm going back to my player status.
Right. He's I have more people who haven't seen my birthmark.
Yeah.
Don't wait for me, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't wait for me, baby. I'm stuck here on Earth while you're flying around the galaxy.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's his move, though. If it's he doesn't actually have sex with anyone. He just shows them the birthmark and just that's all you get.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
Now spread the rumor of my birthmark.
Wow.
So that's it. That was the game.
They fixed it. How did they fix it? Worf came in, flashing our Data. How did Data get woken up?
He's rave technology.
Wesley
woke him up.
Bought enough time to, they fooled him. When
Wesley turned Data on, but Data needed 10 minutes to reboot. So Wesley ran around the ship to distract them while Data woke up.
He needed, so they cut some cords in Data's head, and so Wesley ran alternate roots or something or other.
Well, he fixed them. Yeah.
He fixed
But the
them.
point was, it took a while for Data to come back on.
That's why he did the yakety sax.
So that's why he had to run around the ship.
Data needed some time to figure out how to fix them.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was a good episode. I like it.
But not good, apparently.
Next week, I mean, it's fine.
7.4 is not bad.
Oh, next week we start.
Next week,
in
Unification Part 1. Leonard Nimoy returns to Star Trek, and we're going to get to see Picard and Mr. Spock talk to each other.
Did that just blow your mind there, Aaron?
I could tell it just blew your mind.
Wow.
Picard and Spock, how is that possible?
She's like, I know those names.
I've heard those names.
Is this in some way? Is this all a lead up to the movie? Because they're trying to remind
I know
people.
who Spock is.
Yeah, I've heard of
And
that.
I'm pretty sure I know who Picard is.
Yeah, he's on that show that we were sometimes watch.
This is how we're still going to do a classic Star Trek cast, but have them be relevant.
Yeah.
Like, let's bring all these characters back.
Yeah.
Start talking about it again.
I watched Jackie Brown again a couple of nights ago.
Sure.
Yeah.
Denise Crosby is in that movie for like 5 seconds. She's the prosecutor in the scene where Jackie gets like sent to prison right at the beginning of the movie before like Robert Forster comes and bails her out and they meet for the first time. Denise Crosby is in like 30 seconds of Jackie Brown, and I can't quite figure out why. Like, it's literally nothing.
Yeah.
It's a one-line scene.
She just wanted to be in a Tarantino movie.
Yeah, and I'm like, I wonder if he's a Star Trek. I guess maybe he likes Star Trek, but I'm like, did he like her because she was on Star Trek? Like,
yeah, that seems like a Tarantino.
He's a huge Pet Cemetery fan.
Is she in that?
Yeah, she's the
wife.
Oh.
I just thought it was so weird, and I couldn't quite. Or was it just that she just needed a job, and they hired her that day, and she went in and
She had an
shot
audition.
one scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Maybe she just was stuck in the bathroom.
Maybe she was stuck in the bathroom.
I don't know how that explains it, but
yeah.
I have so many more things to talk about, but I'm not going to force you to do it. Except Philippe made a kerning joke about fonts.
Yeah, there's a lot of font talk in this show.
That was pretty funny, and no one laughed at it. So
I'm not appreciating
I just wanted
my
to
time.
acknowledge that was a funny joke. It got a little buried in the mix, and you couldn't really hear it. But
That's okay. Kerning jokes don't get to be front and center.
Did you want to do your connect them all up before we?
Oh, do you guys want to play a connect them all up?
It's a good way to end.
You could always cut it if you don't.
Okay. We'll put this. Welcome to the bonus material.
Yeah.
All right, connect them up. Let's not get this after 3.
Yep. We connect them all up.
Okay.
We are connected.
I have 3 that kind of go in increasing order of difficulty. Well, maybe not. Your first clue is star equals G.
Star equals
G. The password is star equals G. Like G, the letter G, not G.
Sure. Is there like a game or something? Or
your second clue is R equal ARE. R equals P.
R equals P. ARE equals P.
Something code something German something
Star equals. Wait,
there's a code.
It has to do with. I'll tell you that it has to do with sound. Star equals G. R equals P.
Is it some kind of? Well,
your third clue is high equals V. High HIGH equals V, the letter V.
Star.
Is this some kind of like tool for learning?
It's formula for
High.
sound
No.
stuff.
This is hard. This is a hard one. Now that I think
some
about
weird like.
it. The last one is sky equals Z.
Sky equals Z. Sky equals Z. High equals
V.
High equals V.
Does it help if I say star R high sky G P V Z?
Is it like sounds that go down the scales or something? I don't know.
No.
It reminds me more of like the things that you look at when you test your vision.
Yeah,
Star.
I know why you would think that, but that's not it.
Star R
High sky. Does it help if I tell you it's a song?
Was it When You Wish Upon a Star? The key that they're in?
No.
Yeah, V.
Oh.
Like
P and V
high.
There's no other.
Twinkle. It's Twinkle Twinkle.
It's Twinkle Twinkle. That's correct. Jake just got that part, half of it. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Star. Good. Do the letters again.
Things that rhyme with
Star. Okay. The words are star, R, high sky. And the letters are G, P, V, and Z.
it's like all the last letters in the rhymes. But
No. You guys are going to break. You guys are going to beat yourselves up about this. You're so close to it. What this requires knowing is that Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and the alphabet song have the same exact tune. So it's
That's
Twinkle
the
Twinkle
letter,
Little
that's the
Star,
note.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like those star and G are the same note.
wow.
How I wonder what you are.
yeah, that one's-
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Like R and P, high and V,
Line
sky
up with
and
the same.
Z are the same notes because they are the same tune
Yeah.
with different lyrics.
No, the rhyming ends.
I like that one. It's it's hard,
That's
but
hard.
it's clever. Yeah. Your first clue is shot down on his way home.
Shot down on his way home.
John Lennon.
The way people died.
Way famous rock stars died. Famous,
No, it's not rock stars.
just famous people. Presidents, no.
Okay.
Famous musician. No.
First clue, shot down on his way home. Second clue is discharged.
Oh, how
Way famous people were discharged from left the army.
yeah. More
I mean, you're in the
Sorry, what was it again? Sorry.
shot down on his way home is clue one. Clue two is discharged.
presidential ways they got out of the army or ended their military career.
Oh yeah.
You're right to think about the military.
Like yeah, the
Different ways out of the military. Different.
Yes, who specifically?
like senators, presidents.
Presidents, celebrities.
Shot down on his way home, discharged. Your third clue is suffered nervous breakdown.
The most common.
If anybody I think would get this, it's Sean. Oh, yeah, I think so.
Shut down on his way home. Discharged.
Suffered a nervous breakdown.
Suffered a nervous breakdown.
Your fourth clue
Born on the
is
4th of
Oh,
July.
way people got home from MASH.
that's it.
Yeah.
It's how characters left MASH in chronological order. So Colonel Blake is shot down
down.
on
Yeah.
his way home. Trapper John
gets
discharged.
Major
Burns has a nervous breakdown.
That was the one that got it. That's what I started to figure out.
Frank Burns has a nervous breakdown, and then the fourth clue would have been sent home after Uncle Ed died, which is how Radar leaves the show. It's MASH departures in chronological order.
Nice.
Deep cut.
Oh, you got that one.
I had a feeling Sean would get that one.
I don't even like MASH.
Yeah, but you knew it.
I've watched it all.
Yeah, you've watched it all multiple times.
All right. Did I do the goodbye already?
No.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to Warped. Email us at warpthepodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at Warped Track. Follow me at Host Warped. Follow Min at Wet Maynard for Dungeons and Dragons and Call of Cthulhu live plays and podcasts. You can listen to the first season of that podcast. It's called Off the Wagon. We're on Instagram at Warp the Podcast. Our merch is at lunar_flare. And join us next week for the return of Spock, you guys.
Very exciting.
Nice.
Mr. Spock, Leonard Nimoy will join us next week. And until then, my name is Matt.
I'm Sean.
I'm Jake.
Leap.
Aaron.
I'm
Thank you for listening and goodbye. Bye.